Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 15th of December 2021. Excuse me. So I haven't done these in a while because honestly the shrines get pretty stale. Even this one today is quite stale, but I wanted to just not completely forget about it, you know. I have my Christmas break now, so you know, this might finally be the time, maybe, if I am motivated enough to do commentary videos and I can start doing these again more regularly and stuff. And I don't know, if you guys want to see any differences to this series, like maybe if I try maybe play matches with these perks or something, or try and combo them and things, you know, that could be kind of cool. But I don't mind just doing it like this, to be honest, for now. So yeah, we're gonna get started because again I haven't done these in a while, and this shrine is nothing amazing. So we're gonna get started. First of all, we have Alert, which is a Feng Min perk, and this perk is not run enough. This is such a powerful, helpful, efficient perk. It's like really simple, but it is amazing, and I don't see anyone run this for some reason. Basically, once the killer performs a break action, so breaking a pallet or break a wall or a gen, the killer is revealed to you for a certain amount of time, so about 5 seconds aura reveal. And yeah, it's so easy to trigger because killers obviously just break things like that all the time, and there is no limit to this. There is no limit to the range of this, so you can literally see them across the map. If they, like, you know, if you're on something like Midwich, which has a lot of breakable walls, and you know you spawn in and they have to start getting rid of some of the, you know, walls that they need to, you know, you can immediately see what where the killer is at the start of the game, and also you can tell what killer it is. So if you're on comms, you can tell your friends, hey, it's a Blight, and you know he's upstairs breaking a wall or something. So this perk is brilliant. However, if the killer has undetectable, then it does not work. Like, the perk will activate, but it won't show you an aura. This can be a cloaked wraith, a crouched pig, a cloaked ghost face, or killers who have, you know, Tinkerer or add-ons that make them undetectable, you know what I mean? So, you know, other than that, like, this perk is just godly. It's so good, so fucking good. Next up we have Head On, which is a Jane perk, and I've talked about this one loads. This comes out every month. Basically, you hide in a locker, and then once the killer comes in front of that locker, you can jump out of the locker and it stuns them for 3 seconds, and then you get exhausted for a bit, and you can't use it while you have idle crows, which is interesting. But yeah, again, I've talked about this one loads. I'm just repeating myself. I know I talk about this loads. Basically, this one's very good if you're with friends, if you have quick and quiet, maybe deception, and you know, things like dance with me. You know, it can be fun. But if you're like me and you're a solo player, then you won't ever use this. I've never used this perk. I've had this perk for ages, and I don't think I've ever used it because I don't play with people. So yeah, it's fun, and it's good if you can do it with teams. By yourself, if you play solo mostly, then you won't really see much value out of this. It's a case of, you know, being in the right place at the right time. It's obviously easier with friends because you can tell them where you are in the locker, like which locker you're in, and then they can just bring the killer to you so you can go stun them. And also, I'll say this, the 3 second stun, 3 seconds is not a long time. They'll catch right up to you. It doesn't matter what killer they are, they'll always just catch up to you because 3 seconds is nothing. Yeah, so personally I'm not a fan of this one, but I know it's a fun one for everyone else, and again, if you've got mates to play with, then yeah, it's obviously brilliant. Next up we have Save the Best for Last, which is a Michael aka Shape perk, and this one is an obsession perk. And basically, every time you attack someone who is not the obsession, you get a stack, which goes up to 8 stacks, and then each stack makes it so your weapon wipe animation after you've hit someone is a little faster. So it means if you get 8 stacks, then the animation is less than a second long, and you can just, you know, basically catch right up to them. However, if you hit the obsession, you lose tokens. Depending what tier you have, the lowest amount is 2, which isn't too bad. You can usually sacrifice a hit for that. And then you can no longer gain tokens if your obsession is sacrificed or killed, which means that if you kill the obsession and you have 8 or 6 tokens, then you cannot lose or gain more than that amount of tokens, which, if you do it properly, is crazy, and that's crazy efficient. Again, the more stacks the better. Grabs and grabs out of lockers or grabs at windows or whatever, or pallets, does not lose stacks. So you can try. It's a perk that's good as it is, but if you learn how to use it, it can be game changing, because it will just make it a lot easier. And again, it's such a good perk to use, just mainly on M1 killers who maybe struggle in chase, or maybe killers who just don't really have like a secondary ability or power, you know. But again, this can kind of work with anyone. It's fun to try and learn how to preserve tokens. Like I said, pigs ambush hits, don't lose tokens. Trying to think, Demogorgon shreds, don't lose tokens. And of course, if you're a killer who can expose people, then that means you only have to hit the obsession once instead of twice, so you keep tokens. It's just things like that. And again, like I said, the grabs. It's really fun and useful to learn how to preserve tokens like that, because it means that you know, you could get the obsession out of the game early on, or like, you know, mid game, and still have like over half the tokens. You know, like even if you kill the obsession, you only have 4 tokens. You know, it's not like amazing, but it's still like, you know, that could still be a difference. I mean, that's like what, 20% decreased successful, you know, animation thing. You know what I mean? So Sid vs Last honestly is great. It's such a fun perk to use. Not for everyone, but you know, a lot of killers could benefit from it. And yeah, once you learn how to use it, it'll be crazy. Finally, we have Unnerving Presence, which is a trapper perk. Once again, I talk about this one all the fucking time apparently. Basically, survivors in your terrorists have a 10% greater chance of triggering a skill check when they're on a gen, or when they're healing. Yeah, it does work for healing as well. And then those triggered skill checks have their success zones reduced by like 60%, which is honestly pretty crazy. However, it is the same issue with a perk that was in the shrine last week, which I didn't cover, which was Overcharge, where, you know, skill checks are quite an easy part of the game to learn. It doesn't take long for you to like figure it out, you know. And even though 60% sounds like a lot, and it is, honestly, even decent-ish survivors won't really struggle. Pardon me, sorry. Decent-ish survivors will not really struggle when they get these difficult skill checks, because overcharge is kind of clickbait in a way, because it says in the description that you know, you kick a gen, and then it's like a tremendously difficult skill check, but it's not that much of a difficult skill check. It's the same as, or if not, it's slightly smaller than a decisive skill check, which, keep in mind, you know, I still miss my DS skill checks. I've been playing this game for fucking ages, and I've had DS for ages, and I still, from time to time, miss my DS skill checks, and I feel like an absolute idiot. But yeah, I just think skill check perks in this game only really work against people who've literally just picked up the game. I know the most recent survivor just got a perk to help with teammates' skill checks, which again I also think is not a good perk. I think it's a good beginner perk, which is the same things like technician and things. I think they're good beginner perks, but I don't know, skill checks are very easy to learn and pick up, so I feel like perks like this won't really do much. And also, same thing with Overwhelming Presence. If you are repairing a generator or you're healing and you hit a skill check, most of the time you're going to run to get distance and to avoid the killer. So, you know, in that moment, you're not healing or repairing, so no, the Presence doesn't even do anything, you know? So, I don't know, some perks are flawed, you know, not every perk is perfect, but, yeah. Which one should I think you buy? I think Alert is absolutely necessary. I don't even care if you have Feng as a free character or not. I just get this. It's so good. Let me know how you find how it goes, because Alert is such an amazing perk. People don't use it enough. I literally have this on most of my Survivor builds, because that information and that knowledge you can get across the match is so helpful and so efficient. And again, like, you don't even have to do anything. If the killer's just like in a chase and breaking pallets that survivor they're chasing has dropped, then, you know, that's not even you do anything. You're just sat on a gen. You know the killer's across the map, so you can keep working on that gen. Yeah, other than that, maybe save the rest for last. But I don't know. He also has play of your food, which, you know, some people really love, apparently. So it depends if you want to play Michael or not. Michael is quite a weak killer, though, I will say. So maybe it is worth just getting this. Because this other perk is Dying Light, and Dying Light is just really bad. So maybe just pick this one up if you're interested. But I think absolutely get Alert. I think yesterday on the Dead by Daylight calendar thingy, they gave out 500 more shards. So definitely get Alert at least. I will not emphasize anything enough because Alert is just amazing. But guys, that's going to do it from me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this useful. And I hope to see you next week with either another Shrine video or maybe even a commentary video.